Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ebony Sharday, and today I really want to do something a little bit different. I'm kind of like going with the flow here on my channel, being that it is a lifestyle channel, but I do hard focus on like my mental health, self-care, my day-to-day life. And in this video, I actually would like to paint. So I'm going to put up my easel, we gonna vibe, paint, chat, all of that good stuff. We just gonna talk, you know what I'm saying, and see where we are in life right now, where we are mentally, what our goals are. We're already about to hit March, so I know that can be a bit overwhelming for some of us, but yeah. So I just threw on a t-shirt, just any old t-shirt. I threw this on top of my head to give it like a, Badu swag vibe. You feel me? I know it's look kind of weird on the sides, but I like it. It's giving me, I'm channeling an artistic energy here. So, I don't know. My kind of plan is to tap more into my creative side, art. I feel like I've been pushed in that direction for a long time, and I've kind of been like sweeping it under the rug and not paying much attention to it. And I know that that plays a huge part of me not really fully tapping into me. And because it's taken away from life experiences that we can have. I feel like life is about having different experiences and different vibes, and you know what I'm saying, so that we can decide what we do or do not like, or what does or doesn't resonate with us. So painting is what we're doing today. So bust out your brushes, or if you're just relaxing and just watching, get you some popcorn, get you a glass of wine, some water, stay hydrated, some fruit, whatever it is, boo. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. For those of you that are new, I'm sorry, I'm rude. I'm Ebony Sharday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you digging the vibe here on my channel, don't forget to like, comment, and you can also subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any new videos that I do upload. So let's get into it, shall we? So I got this easel and the whole paint set, the whole shebang, for my husband for Christmas, and I'm just now cracking it open. I have been, like I said, I've really just been like procrastinating on certain things, and it's really strange because those things that I've been procrastinating on, it really like bothers me. Like it creates an anxiety, and it creates this wonder, and and it's just like pretty much torturing myself. And I know I can't be the only one. And I've really just been taking myself more seriously, and anything that I've been wanting to do, I'll just do it. I won't wait. I won't procrastinate. I won't put it off as if every day, every second, every millisecond is promised to me. So I decided to go ahead and just whip out my paint set, the whole thing, and put it together and paint. I've just been really into having a variety of life experiences, because that's what life is about. It's about having, variety and contrast, and, just having those experiences so that we can feel the ultimate joy, because that's the only way that we're going to know what's for us and what isn't. That's the only way that we're going to know, hey, I really enjoyed this, or nah, that's not for me, fam, and that's dope. That is life. That is a part of life. Life is about having experiences, and no matter how small, no matter how big the experience may be, it's what makes up you. It makes you unique, and I'm just finding what's important to me, while at the same time, while not procrastinating. I've been really, really big lately on self-compassion, on my self-love and self-care journey.
I used to beat myself up so much about so many things, you guys. Like, even with procrastinating on painting, like, I would beat myself up, like, why is it taking me so long? And no, I'm just giving myself grace and having more compassion for myself, because it all starts with you. It all starts with loving you and caring about yourself first, and making sure that you are just completely joyful and filled with so much love, so that you can pour that into your kids and pour that into the people surrounding you. So yeah, this I'm taking this personal. I'm taking this journey very personal, and I'm not holding back any longer. So yeah, I'm just excited, you guys. I'm excited. One of the things that I've always lived by since I was a child, and I never really like fully paid attention to it until, I got older, but I always walk to my own beat. And I think it's important that we all do that in a sense, because if we start to fall in line with the beat of the drums that are in front of us or of the people around us, then we really aren't honing in on our differences or that thing that makes us unique, because then now at that point we are following someone else's lead. And I just thought about this because I know my mom, even still to this day, she says, "You never listen to me." And it's funny because I'm not intentionally not listening to you. I'm hearing you and I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm absorbing the things that resonate, and that's how I am with anybody. Anytime anybody, shares something, gives me advice, I take from it what resonates for me, and it's not going to always be, I'm not going to always resonate with something, and it's not going to always click for me right then where I stand at that place in life. It may be something that I utilize later on, even if it's 10, 15 years later. That might be the time for me to use whatever that is, that wisdom or that knowledge that's being shared. So, yeah, I've just always been, I'm sure my mom would say that I was like rebellious or just never listened to her, but I just tend to walk at my own beat, and I tend to, even in bad decisions that I've made and hard times in my life, I tend to just go with whatever flow feels right for me in order for me to get better or be in a better situation. And I think I turned out all right, but I say that to say, I just think that it's important for us to all take a look within ourselves and have that self-awareness to recognize, hey, you know what? I think I'm conforming too much to other people's standards or to what other people are doing, and I'm not even really fully feeling like I'm being authentic to myself. So then it's important to just start to do things that feel right for you. You know what I'm saying? Do what feels good in your spirit. Do what feels good to your soul, and just always walk at your own beat in life. Always, in a sense, I'm probably using this analogy wrong, but beat your own drum. Don't beat on somebody else's, because it's not going to get you anywhere in life except for being like other people. And I've done that. I think a lot of us have done it at some point in our lives. And you're special, you dope, you're awesome. You have qualities about you that, we probably haven't fully tapped into yet, and that's okay. because today is a new day and what matters is right now. And if you recognize it right now, it doesn't matter if you recognized yesterday that you're not fully being yourself. What matters is that you recognize right now that you have the chance to be you in your full totality. Just be authentic to yourself. It's just going to feel so good and so freeing. And I'm still on that journey. I'm not perfect, but I am being my most authentic self right now in this moment. And it just feels so good to do that. And I wish that for all of us, so just tap into that and do it in any way possible, whether you're just trying something new today or you make a decision to just relax today and not do whatever it is that you're being invited to go do and you just don't feel like it. Don't go do it anyway if you don't feel like it. Don't go do it anyway to people, please. Be you. Be you, because the right people will appreciate that. And most importantly, you'll appreciate it. Some of you who, know me outside of YouTube or, have been following me on Facebook or Instagram, you know that mental health is something that I speak on openly. I've been, battling with depression, PTSD and anxiety for a big chunk of my life. And I think it's important that I continue to talk about it and touch on that and share, my journey through, my mental health and everything and things that I've been through. Just sharing your testimony is always a good thing to help other people if you feel led to do that. And me, I do. And it's just important to talk about mental health in all aspects. And I think it's important to also talk about ways to cope. I think it's important to talk about ways of healing. I think it's important to talk about mental health and creativity and art and any aspect of life. I think that even if you do battle with mental health or mental illness, that you can still live a full life. You can still live a life that is filled with joy and fulfillment and peace and love. And it's very possible to heal through and overcome any mental battle that you may have or be going through. I do truly believe, and this is me, there are people who are going to disagree. There are some who are going to agree, and that's fine. All love here, safe space. But I do truly believe that we can think ourselves deeper into, whatever, mental health issue we're dealing with, such as, anxiety. A lot of things with anxiety have to do with us thinking so much about things that have not even happened yet, to the point where now we're anxious or we're fearful or we're having anxiety attacks. And I'm speaking on this because, these are my experiences, and I know that there are millions of other people's experiences. Anxiety is really big on feeding off of the thoughts of what hasn't even happened. And it's important for us to call it out. Like, yo, what the heck? Like, this ain't even happened yet. So why am I even thinking myself through a scenario that's not even real, And I know for me, I've been thinking more healthy thoughts, more positive thoughts, more thoughts that give me life, more thoughts to thrive on. And it's really been helping. It's been helping a lot, because now I'm shifting my perspective. I'm shifting my thoughts, and it's spiritually leading me into a direction of wholeness, of joy, of peace, of fulfillment. And when you create those thoughts, you're creating desires of things that you want in life, and not of scenarios of things you don't want. And for me, it's working, it's working. And I've noticed that throughout the years of my life, since I was at least 14, 15, I would wake up and I wouldn't show any gratitude or appreciation for life, at least not as my first thought when I wake up. My first thought when I wake up would be something around sadness, or, there were always spirits messing with me in my sleep, growing up in a house that we grew up in when I was a child. And so I'm waking up anxious, I'm waking up scared. I'm not waking up in prayer or meditation or in gratitude or anything of that nature. And it's important to be intentional about our thoughts. It's important to be intentional about what it is that we want in life, because the thoughts that we have will lead to that. And with me, having thoughts of gratitude when I first wake up, or meditating, or looking forward to, if there's something that you look forward to every morning that you wake up, that's awesome too. I look forward to making a latte, that first sip of my latte or my cup of coffee. I look forward to watching the sunrise. I look forward to breathing in the fresh air in the morning. It's the little things that are actually big things that count. So I challenge you to make it a point to do something different in the morning that you probably haven't done before. If you already meditate, that's awesome. Maybe you don't journal enough. So journaling can be an aspect. Or maybe you can just write down some affirmations or some things that make you feel good for the day. Maybe you can do some mirroring, where you are looking in the mirror in the morning when you're washing your face, and you're just looking at yourself, smiling at yourself, looking in your eyes, and telling yourself the most positive things that you can possibly think of on how much you appreciate yourself. And say your name when you're doing it. Ebony, I love you. Ebony, I appreciate you. Ebony, you are an amazing cook. Ebony, you are filled with so much love and joy, and I appreciate that. Ebony, I know, you've been through a lot, but look at you now. Look at you here right now in this very moment. You are such a beautiful soul. You've overcome so much. That's just a prime example of mirroring and just making sure you're looking at yourself in the face and in the eyes, and it helps boost confidence and build self-love, and it's really, really great for your mental health as well. So just doing things that pour into you every single day, saying things to yourself in quiet in your mind, or even out loud, that are good, that are positive, that are loving, that are peaceful, that are filled with a great energy, that's going to bring great energy back into your experience of life. And I don't think that things like this within the community gets talked about enough. You know, there's a lot of self-help books out there. We have Oprah's out there. We have Abraham Hicks, and you know, we have these books and these people out there, but it's not talked about enough in an intimate space. And I want this to be a free space, and I would love for you guys to comment below any type of affirmations that you say to yourself, or write down, you know, type a something that you're going to challenge yourself on that's new, that's positive and healthy. Even if it's a food choice, like a lifestyle change, or anything that you feel like you've been led to do, just share that down below, because it can definitely help someone else. So the interesting thing about this piece that I'm working on is I semi had a vision. It was like I knew I wanted to draw something that, you know, brought about a positive emotion, such as joy, appreciation, peace. And when you look at it, it was just colorful and bright and cheerful. And initially, when I was grabbing the paint set, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just start painting. But then, you know, I grabbed the pencil that came with the kit and I started sketching. And that's what I'm doing here. And I just went in with zero expectation, except that I wanted to look at this piece every day and feel happy, you know, feel a burst of amazing, beautiful emotions. And that was it. And something beautiful came from this piece to me, and it just resonates with me on such a dope, awesome level and a high vibration. And unfortunately, it stopped recording at a certain point as I was painting, and I literally thought the entire time that I was creating this piece that you guys were going to be able to see the time lapse of me making it. And I was so butthurt when I stopped and I looked at my phone and I realized that it stopped recording. But I had to move past that, and I recorded this video in February, and here we are in March, and I just had to get past that, you know, that this video will still resonate with the right people. It resonates with me. So that's the most important part of creating, is that you initially just do it for yourself, and you'd want to help people in the process, and the right people will, you know, not follow, but you get my drift. So yeah, so that's how this piece came about. It just came from an emotion of how do I want to feel every day, and that's what came from this. And I pretty much just did it, and that's really what life is about, is just doing it, going with the flow, and thinking about, how do I want to feel when I do this? How do I want to feel when I talk to this person? How do I want to feel just in every portion of our day, you know? And you just walking blindly through life, and you're just doing it. None of us really know what the heck we're truly doing. We do, but all in all, it's like you can't think about the outcome. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. That's why it's just important to just focus on your thoughts and to focus on your feelings. Like, how do you want to feel? You know what I'm saying? How do I want to feel in that thing that I'm doing, and that person that I'm talking to, or the person that I want to be with, or the career that I'm in, or, you know, just anything that you're doing in life. You just want to focus on the feeling, because that's really what you want to, you know, what matters at the end of it is, how do I feel? Do I feel like shit? Do I feel awesome? Do I feel, all of those things matter, you know? And validate your feelings. It's time to start validating your feelings and taking accountability for how you feel as well, because there's nothing worse than floating through life thinking that feeling shitty is the way to go. It's important to somewhere down the line recognize, it's important how I feel. And not emotion, but just a feeling. It's just this feeling, and I can't explain it, but the right people are going to get what I'm saying. And everything that we do, it should just be based off of that. And whether we're buying flowers, like I bought some flowers the other day and bought a vase, and when I came home, I took the flowers out of the wrapper and I cut the stems down. I read the instructions, and it said change the water every 2 days and put the plant food in there, keep it away from the sunlight. You want to keep it in a cool place. And that just makes me think about people. Because we nurture plants and we nurture certain things in life. Our children, our pets. But are you nurturing yourself? Really, really nurturing yourself? Being so selfish with you feeling good and self-care and you loving on you to the point where it's starting to look weird to other people, to people that, we may have grew up around, and we grew up thinking that we have to tend to everyone else's needs first. It's going to start looking to other people weird at first, but then after a while, when you're just focused on yourself so much to the point where you start being like, I'm starting to recognize myself, but everyone else around you, they're like, I don't recognize this person. You're doing the right thing at that point. Because we're so conditioned. I know for me and how I grew up, and a lot of the people that I was surrounded around and how they grew up in their household, it was, it was all the same. Everything looked the same. Everybody had to be the same way, and no, you can't express yourself, or, and that's dead. We loving on ourselves, man, and not caring about what anybody has to say or think, period. And also recognize that appreciating yourself more is it. That is it. Because we can't focus on if this person is unappreciative or if that person is appreciating what we do for them, or because as long as you're being authentic and true to yourself, none of that really matters. Because if you being real and true and standing firm in who you are when you're doing things for people, you shouldn't have to bring it up, and you shouldn't have to worry about how they respond. Because then now you're shifting your focus from self to others, and that's always the worst way to go. Because we can't control anyone else outside of our own experience. So to wrap this up, you guys, I really just want to encourage you all to practice more things that are self-oriented. Practice more self-love, practice more self-care, practice more appreciation of yourself, self-compassion, and just take it one day at a time, because it doesn't look one way. Self-care to me may look completely different for someone else. Self-care to one person may truly be going to a spa, getting their nails and toes done, getting her hair done. Self-care for the next person may truly be journaling. It may be doing nothing for the day. It may be going outside and going for a walk. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Just be you, baby. And appreciate you in your full, complete essence. And I promise you, you're just going to lead right back to how you were meant to be, which is filled with joy and love and peace and happiness So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. If you are new here, please introduce yourself down below and share with us what you do for self-care, mental well-being, overall well-being. And for those of you who have been here, you are the OGs. Thank you so much for being here again. And also do the same. Just comment down below what you do for self-care and mental health and your overall well-being as well. And thank you guys so much. Again, I'm Ebony Charday, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.